What's going on? Movie meals, movie meals. All right. About time I got live. Everything's been hectic. The world's gone to heck. Everything's gone cuckoo for coconuts. And I just don't know how to handle it. I'm going to do a little adjustment right here. Let's see. There we go. I like that better. Well, I've decided to go live. Just at not random, Ahsoka Tano news with Rosario Dawson, which I love, so I'm all for that. So I wanted to jump in. I had a little bit of free time. It was finally time to get down, talk about what's going on the Movie Meals channel and all this stuff. Guys, if you end up joining the live chat, jump in, ask questions, change the narrative. I'm all for it. If not, we'll talk, I guess, a little bit about the virus, this Ahsoka news, maybe whatever else I'm feeling about, talking about all the new shows I've been watching, some new animes I've finished. It's been a weird time. That's for sure. But again, at any point, change the narrative, put a question down, say hello in the chat. Let's start a dialogue. I'm all for that. But all right, so to start, there's a virus going around. I don't know if you've heard, Movie Meals. I don't know if you've heard, but there is a virus going around, and the world's gone cuckoo. Everybody is stockpiling toilet paper, but he's taking this, taking that. Everything's going crazy. Obviously, it affected the movie industry. I mean, it seems like every major network and movie company is shut down. There were rumors that some productions have started back up, like Mission Impossible, which I think I heard was true, that Mission Impossible just moved to the UK and is still filming. But I have no verification on that. But most massive projects have shut down. I mean, all of Disney Plus has shut down their stuff they were filming. At least that's what I've heard. I mean, LA is in lockdown. Washington's in lockdown. California, I mean, LA, California. New York is in lockdown. Everywhere is in lockdown. I mean, those states, especially sticking out in my head, are in like major lockdown. So, Movie Meals, you know me. I've been saying this for a long time. I'm a teacher. I'm just finishing up college, going to become a full-time teacher. So I've had all this free time all of a sudden pop up. I ended up being busy as I've helped family members of mine doing a lot of things and trying to help out a little bit. So I just, things have been so overwhelming for me with school going online for my classes, as well as trying to help out at the school I've been doing my student teaching at. So there's been a lot of craziness. I've just been trying to help out. That's why I didn't go live on Tuesday. I thought about going live last night and decided I didn't really want to. Wasn't really up to it. Then with the Ahsoka news, I thought maybe this might be the best time. We'll go live for 10, 15, 20 minutes, 2 hours. Who knows? We're just going to get going. But obviously, so our content has slowed down. And, you know, we can go live and talk about a lot of different stuff. We can make videos. Kyle and I have maybe discussed doing some reviews of some older movies. I've watched a couple older movies since. I've sat down with my family. We watched, what did we watch 2 nights ago? I don't know why. Oh, we watched Airplane. What's going on, Batman? Just go ahead, put anything you want in the chat. We watched, I've rewatched The Dark Knight Rises. Speaking of Batman, I've watched Harry Met Sally for the first time. I've watched Airplane for the first time in a long time, and continuing to watch more new old movies. But either I just missed it in my gap of movie watching, or just wanting to rewatch them, like The Dark Knight Rises. So Tim and I have talked about maybe doing that. I'm trying to really catch up on television as well. I've went through all of Castlevania, which is an anime on Netflix, dropped their 3rd season. I had never seen it. I had heard kind of mixed things about it, so I decided to jump in and what? Just found out Pornhub is offering free premium memberships on countries in coronavirus lockdown. I have not heard that, but that's pretty funny. I mean, good for them. But anyway, so yeah, I watched Castlevania. I watched the whole thing, all the seasons. Beastars as well, which is a new a manga my brother started reading maybe a month or 2 ago. That he keeps telling me, he's like, it's a little weird, but it is interesting. It's got a lot of cool themes he thought I'd like, and when they got an anime adaptation on Netflix, I decided, hey, might as well watch it. Super short and easy, binge through that in a day. I watched that. I'm Not Okay With This I've watched. I've started Devs. which is currently airing. I'm catching up to that, which I love Alex Garland. What he did with Annihilation and Ex Machina is amazing. I'm about 3 episodes into Devs right now of the, I think, 4 that are on Hulu. Before I think maybe the 5th one dropped yesterday. So that's been a really interesting show I would recommend. I'm excited to see how that finishes. That's kind of what's been going on. So Kyle and I have talked, we might review a little bit of those TV shows. I didn't want to review the animes in depth on their own videos because some of those anime ones that aren't My Hero Academia or, some of the major ones like a Demon Slayer possibly, I didn't feel the need to do a solo video on those. Again, plus things have just been so crazy. I hope everybody's being safe. Please be self-quarantined. Please just go enjoy movies, enjoy different things. And just relax, be away from each other. That's the best thing. My country has gone into lockdown. All the pubs, cinemas, and lockdowns are shut. Have you seen Vader Shards the Past episode 1? No, I have not seen that. I'm not even sure what that is. My Star Wars stuff has been a little bit off. I'm actually behind on the Clone Wars episode, which I can't believe I've sat this long and haven't watched it, but on both episodes, the one that dropped today as well as last week's, I need to sit and watch both of those. I've not heard of this, the Vader Shards, so please leave a comment, tell me what that is. Oh, it's fan-made, 18 million views. Oh, okay, maybe I have heard of that. I've seen a lot of the fan-made stuff, the Obi-Wan and some of the other Vader stuff, so I might have definitely seen maybe some past stuff, other stuff, but I'll go check this out for sure. Excited to see that. Love that it maybe had a big budget, or that it had a big budget. I'm all for that. But why don't we just get into that? So yeah, the virus, please everybody be safe. I just want everybody to be safe. That would be a fun thing to react to, is this Vader film. So those are some ideas. I mean, I've got the next, I'm not sure how long off. It seems like the whole world's going to be doing nothing but sitting at home for 2 months. And I'm only technically a few days into this. I haven't actually been self-quarantined as long. Our state here in Montana got hit with everything a lot later because we have such a smaller population. So everything's been real crazy and real wonky here. I'm just now kind of in the self-quarantine mode and trying to get used to everything. So I'll probably go live a little more. We can start more of a dialogue with our fan base who does like us here at Movie Meals. I'm still one day going to convince Kyle to do merch. I think merch would be cool. But why don't we get into the big news? Ahsoka Tano coming to the live action. So Slash Films reported this. I've done a little bit of fact checking. I follow a lot of critics, a lot of mainstream critics that do movie stuff, a lot of critics who maybe you haven't heard of as much that aren't in the YouTube space but might be on some of the website space. I follow a lot of critics on social media. And I'm seeing a lot of them saying, Slash Film may not be it's not Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Collider. It's not any of those mainstream massive sites that kind of lean towards movie news. But they don't tend to run with something this major without being pretty confident that this is legit. So I think this is true, and that with all the craziness right now, Disney has not wanted to run with it, and they ended up finding out about it, and they've leaked this. And I think this is absolutely fantastic. There's a little part of me that's bummed that I believe her name's Ashley, the woman who actually voices Ahsoka, is not going to get to play her because I think she would actually do a really good job. But I know Rosario Dawson has been campaigning kind of for this role. She's been asked about it a bunch. She was asked, I think, by a fan a long time ago, you'd be a great Ahsoka Tano, and she tweeted out and was like, Disney, make it happen, I'm with this. And the fact that, that maybe got her in the room for a test, and they were like, wow, she really is Ahsoka Tano. I'm all for that. I mean, Dave Filoni, this is his baby and his character, what him and George came up with. I mean, Ahsoka's an amazing character, a really interesting, incredible character that I really, really loved. It took me, even as a kid, a little bit to kind of get into it, because as a kid, I actually didn't really understand the lore. To me, when I watched Clone Wars shows as a kid, I was like, Anakin's Obi-Wan's Padawan. I don't understand how he can have his own, but as I got older, I was like, all that became clear, and he was his own Jedi, a full Jedi now, and all that stuff. And Ahsoka really grew on me, and especially in Rebels, she's incredible at Rebels, especially the ending. The fact that this is probably going to give us what the ending of Rebel means could maybe lead into a spin-off show with Ahsoka, or or Ezra would be really cool to kind of get a little bit of what has been going on with that. It'd be really interesting to see Ezra and or not Ezra, Ahsoka meet the Mandalorian as she's on this journey with Sabine to find Ezra still, that so many years have passed for them to find it, and she runs into the Mandalorian as he's trying to take this species he has no idea back to its family. Would be really interesting. I have a feeling that Ahsoka, because she met Yoda, will know, she knows all about the history and with Baby Yoda and who Yoda is, and might say, let me take this baby under my wing. Are we live? This is what I want to know. I think we're back to being live. Good. Let's see. I think we're back. I think we're back, Movie Meals. I think we're back. Looks like we